everyone. Today is Tuesday, June 9th, and I just want to double check that my podcast has gone live on Apple Podcasts, which it has. You can see it right up at the top there. The Lift is We Climb podcast, and my video went live this morning as well, and it's about to be a good week. If you guys are new to my channel, my name is Kaelyn. I'm a master's student at the University of Oxford studying history, and in the fall I will begin my PhD in history and African American studies at Yale University. But in order to do that, I need to finish my dissertation. So that is going to be the focus of this vlog this week. I'm going to try to get a full draft put together by the end of the week. Fingers crossed, we're going to make it happen. And let's just go ahead and get right to work. So in keeping with trying to be a little bit more active about vlogging throughout the day, I am now at work. I am riding Cody out on the track, and I only have 2 on my list today. We'll see if I get more that I need to ride. I also have a video project that I'm working on for the barn, so I'll have that to do, as well as my dissertation. So on top of my dissertation and all my academic work, I also have a part-time job riding horses. So I am going to be doing that for the next couple hours, and then I'll head home and get back to work. Hey everyone, so I'm back from work and I'm about to record a podcast with Chloe, and after I'm done recording, then I'll be working on my dissertation for the rest of the evening. So we are about to record. I have my outline on my computer here set to go, and we're gonna be recording for an episode that should be going live in about 2 weeks. So keep an eye on that, and I will check in afterward. What drew you to the study of ancient Egypt in particular? Out of all of your classes, why was that the thing that kind of stood out? All right, so I have now had dinner and finished the recording with Chloe and did a couple other little administrative things, and now I'm going to be working on my dissertation for a couple hours. I also need to review the documents sent from the people in my cohort so I can read their work and prepare some notes for tomorrow's workshop. I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about where I am with the dissertation. So I worked on it through the weekend. I currently have a solid abstract and introduction. I am going to be working tonight on the historiography section, and then I have a section on lived experiences and then on actual court records. So I have quite a bit of work to do, but I'm just going to chip away at it a little bit today, tomorrow, day after that, and we have the discussion tomorrow, so I'm hoping that I can get some insight on ways that I can kind of expand the introduction, but it's mostly just a matter of writing. I had a podcast recording with one of my old professors yesterday, in which case his advice was to write every single day no matter what, so that is what I'm going to do. Today is a writing day, and although my deadline technically is until August, I just want to get this dissertation done by the end of the month, so I'm trying to get a draft put together by this week and be able to revise and hopefully just get it done by the original due date, because I want to complete my work and move on to the next stage, which is to focus on the LSAT and to focus on my move to New Haven. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and keep working, and then I'm going to try to end a little early tonight so that way I can watch a little bit of Gilmore Girls with Liam, because that's been a little bit of our tradition is getting to spend the evening together watching Gilmore Girls. So now I'm going to go ahead and stop rambling and get back to work. Alright, so I've made some headway on my historiography section, and now I'm going to go ahead and move over to my room and do some readings for the workshop tomorrow. I'm just going to read the work from my peers and the people in my cohort and make sure that I can provide them with some useful notes. And my back is killing me, so I'm going to go ahead and go and lay in bed while I do that because I don't want to sit up anymore. My back is hurting. But I'm also listening to this podcast. It's called The American Age. It's actually run by Liam's father, and I was just wanting to listen in on their perspective on what's going on, and that's what's going on. I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I'm going to hang out with Liam for a little while. So I'm going to move over to the room and get some B-roll shots for the rest of my evening studying.
Finally know the reason why, yeah. I'm never really sick.
Wake you because I brushed my teeth in the shower so you wouldn't hear the sink run.
No, you didn't wake me up.
Flying off the calendar.
Hey, listen to me. I'm serious here. I know you and your grandparents are playing the who can freeze out who the longest, which I know can be fun.
So I know this is random, but I just had this thought and I wanted to mention it because I get asked a lot how you improve your writing. And I've got to say, the thing that improves your writing the best is by reading other people's work and reading people you look up to. I am reading the work of my peers, and I have to say, the way that they organize their paragraphs, the way that they write, the way that they kind of insert evidence is just so well done. And honestly, it's making me rethink my own essay. And being careful not to look at their work in a way of like comparison and saying like, oh, mine isn't good and theirs is better, but saying specifically, I like what they did there, how can I incorporate that in my own work? And you can do that by reading the work of your peers, you can do that by reading the work of other scholars, and so that is my suggestion. But I was just thinking about that, and I just wanted to insert this little clip here because it's something I was thinking about as I was reading, and so I hope that that is ever so slightly helpful. But I'm going to keep reading this one paper. It is about religion in the Union during the Civil War, and it is fascinating. I never got to take a class in the Civil War while I was an undergrad, and I am really appreciating my classmates' perspective. So I'm gonna keep reading, and I don't know, it's just nice to like read work that isn't just my own. Good morning, everyone. Today is now Wednesday. I got up this morning, made myself a smoothie, and am ready to go for the workshop. I did the readings last night, and I am really excited to discuss them. One of my classmates' pieces that we actually read, it got moved to a workshop on Friday, which I'm honestly disappointed about because I really wanted to give him praise for his work because it was so good, but that's all right. And then I have work later today, so I am going to be doing this for 2 hours, and I'm going to head to the barn, ride a few, teach a few, and then come back and hit the ground running as per usual and keep working on the dissertation. So that's my plan for the day. I'm going to go ahead and prep for the call, and I'm just so excited to talk to academics again. I'm just so excited to like actually talk about research. I'm so ready.
Yeah, Nick's fun. But everybody else hopefully I've met. Really great to have you here.
All right, so I'm back from work. I had the workshop this morning, which was super helpful, and it was really nice to be able to kind of talk through the comments on my paper as well as give some feedback on other people's papers. It's just such a helpful exercise, and honestly being able to talk about research again is just so nice. And to be able to talk about the types of sources and have your peers know the historiography and have people know the scholars that you're talking about and all of that. It's just, I've grown so accustomed to having that, and writing these papers while not being surrounded by that kind of community is just a little strange and honestly really challenging. I am so used to relaying my thoughts to someone and kind of getting some feedback, and you don't realize, but while you're in school, especially as an undergrad, you create this community around yourself where you're so used to studying in a collaborative way that trying to do it solely on your own is just so challenging. And it's also different than getting feedback from an advisor, because your peers are going to notice things about kind of narrative style and other things that your advisor might be more critical about. They may be more specific. And I think sometimes when we get into the nitty-gritty of doing research and writing these papers, the most challenging thing is getting out of our heads and actually reminding ourselves that this piece needs to be readable to anyone in the field. It doesn't have to just be readable to your advisor. And I think that's something that I was missing a little bit. So I'm just really happy that we got to do that workshop this morning. There's another one on Friday, and I originally wasn't going to join because it's at 6:30 in the morning. But honestly, I really want to, because I just like being able to talk through the research and read other people's work. And the two people that are presenting on Friday in particular are looking at Black radicalism during the 70s in Harlem, and this case at Harvard where I think it was like in the 1920s, 1930s, where a group of male Harvard students were expelled for what seemed like homoerotic behavior. And I'm really excited to read Mia's paper on that, because I think that that's going to be a really interesting project for her. And two of the people in my cohort got into their PhD programs at Oxford, so they'll be staying there. And that's just wonderful, because it's so gratifying to not only succeed yourself, but to see your peers succeeding, and to see the people that you just know love their work being able to continue it. I so strongly believe that we have to also support our peers and rally for them as much as we rally for ourselves, and that builds community, that builds connections, that makes the work more meaningful. And so I'm just really excited for them. I'm also excited that a lot of my friends are staying in Oxford. So even though my time there is coming to a close, I will still be able to visit. And my research is still going to kind of lead me back to England. So I don't think that my vlogs, including Oxford, are over just because of this pandemic. I do plan on going and visiting, so whenever it's safe to do that. So yeah, it's just been a really good day. Work was good, and then my back was killing me a little bit, so I came home and lay down for a little while, and now I'm about to get back to work. Chloe asked if I would look over her thesis, so I'm just gonna read over that and give her some comments. And then I have a call with some of my old friends from UCLA, and I am just gonna be working on my dissertation this evening. I think Liam may study with me. I'm not entirely sure what his plan is, but that is my plan for right now. And I just feel really motivated to keep working on it now that I actually got to do that workshop, because it highlighted some things I want to work on. I also just being able to read other people's work, it causes you to reflect back on your own work and reminds you of certain things that you want to be cognizant of. And also the people in my program just write so beautifully and do such a good job, and it makes me want to do a better job. So I'm going to get to work, and here we go. Guys, I was on a roll tonight. I got like 1,500 words written. That is practically impossible for me because I am so picky. I went back and I edited a bunch of stuff, and there was actually one suggestion that one of the professors made during the workshop today, which was to use the conclusion as a way to kind of foreshadow the kind of result or the future of Virginia's slaves, or enslaved people that were freed due to the freedom suits that they filed. And I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to use that approach, but I kind of began the workings of that conclusion if I do use it. And I have the introduction of my historiography section pretty much polished. I just want to add probably a couple more sentences, but I'm so happy with how it's turning out, and I don't know, I just feel like refreshed and excited about my work, and it's so nice to be able to sit down and just be totally focused and zoning in on my writing, and it's just such a good feeling. I love it. I love research, and I just love how this is coming together. I think that workshop this morning really helped me think through my thoughts and kind of clear up how I wanted to approach my writing today. So I am about a quarter of the way into the actual word count. I think I'm going to go over the word count, if I'm honest. I just have so much I need to say, and I have only basically written the abstract, the introduction, and the historiography introduction, as well as some of the section on Iberian legal precedents, and like I said, a little bit of that conclusion. So happy with how it's turning out and what I got accomplished today. So it is now midnight. I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night so that I can actually be awake tomorrow and have a productive day. So I'm gonna go ahead and sign off for the evening, and I will see you guys in the morning.
You should have seen the way that you bloomed. I think I saw your face in the moon. I promise I'll be with you as soon as I find a way up.
Good morning, everyone. Today is now Thursday. I got up this morning really early. I woke up at like 6 without my alarm and decided I would just go ahead and get up and start making my plan for the day. So I wrote on my planner for a little while, and now I'm working on some client documents. I have a consultation with a client later today. I've added academic and career consulting services to my website because I wanted to also create a consultation where if you just have questions about how to kind of get into academia, or you're not quite sure, or you're kind of considering other career paths, that I can also help with that. I wanted to add something to my services that wasn't just solely application assistance. So I put that on my website, and I have a girl that booked an appointment with me for academic and career consulting. So I'm just looking over some of her documents, and then I am going to go ahead and head to work a little early. It's gonna be a really busy day today. I am going to the barn. We'll likely have to ride a few, and then I have a painting project where I will be painting some of the jumps. And then I also have to go ride another horse at a different barn later today because I've just been trying to do as much as I can to save money. It might be a little insane, but I've also taken on another little part-time job for next week and for 2 weeks in July, so I can hopefully make a little bit more money and save up for my move. I've been trying to be really good about saving money and just being really diligent so that I can prepare for my move and have plenty of money to buy furniture and settle in, and also keep some money in my savings account so that way I am not in a pickle later down the road, or if I am in a pickle, I have some money to kind of back myself up. And that is the situation. So I'm gonna go ahead and basically just get going for the day, and then once I get home, I'm going to shower and I'm just gonna jump right back into my dissertation. I'm hoping my back doesn't hurt as much as it did yesterday and the day before, but we'll see. I'm gonna go ahead and get going because I want to just get the day started and get to work. So I will check in afterward. Hey guys, it's quite a bit later. I had a very long and very busy day today. It was also incredibly hot, and I am not feeling so great. I am very prone to heat stroke and having low blood sugar and all of that. So I worked at the first barn. I was also painting some of the jumps, and then I had some lessons to teach. I rode one horse there, and then I went to the second barn and rode, and it was so hot. I was drinking a lot of water, but it wasn't enough to kind of sustain me, because once my body temperature goes and I'm feeling too hot, I immediately feel really faint, really weak, and I just wasn't feeling very great. I had planned on coming home and showering and kind of taking a nap and kind of resting for a second. But then I remembered I had a consultation with a client. So I came home, showered, had my consultation, and then went ahead and tried to go take a nap. But because the house is so warm, I just feel a little nauseous. I'm just not feeling so great. So I think what I'm going to do is wrap up the vlog here, so that way I can vlog this weekend. I'm going to study tonight. I'm going to be working on my dissertation, and if you guys want to be able to follow along and keep up on how it's going, then I suggest you hit the subscribe button and keep following along with the next couple of vlogs, because it is going to be a staple in my life until it's done. And like I said, I want to have it completely submitted by the end of the month. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. And down in the comments below, I want you guys to tell me something that you're currently looking forward to. For me, that is moving to New Haven and finishing up my dissertation and starting my PhD. I want you guys to tell me something you guys are looking forward to at the moment. Right now is a moment of a lot of change and turmoil. I think it's also important to remember what our goals are as a movement, as organizers, as activists, but also to remember what our personal goals are and things that we are looking forward to. So let me know down in the comments something you guys are looking forward to, and I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. So thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.
He started with hello on a summer afternoon. I lost myself and everybody else when I found you.